Hey everyone, so today I'm going to go over posting on WordPress. So maybe you've set up your WordPress site and you're just wondering how to start blogging. Well, I'm going to show you two ways that you can get started. So here's the WordPress admin page. This is our home screen and we have our dashboard here. If you just want to post right away, then you'll have an area called Quick Draft where you can add the title of your blog post and then whatever the words are that you'd like to include here. And then what you can do is you can hit Save Draft, and then that way you've got a post that's ready to go. Now to access your drafts and posts, you just head over to Posts, All Posts. And we've got them all here. So you can have scheduled posts, and then you can have a new post that's coming up. So let's go ahead and create a new post. So you can access that from up here, or on the left of the sidebar, it'll say Add New. You can create a post from there. So when you click that, it'll give you the option to enter in the title of your blog post. And this is actually the unique URL of your blog post. So whatever you type here, it will show up as your blog post URL. So for instance, top 100 marketing tips. I usually just like to treat the blog post title like a headline. So I have everything uppercase. And you want to look at your keywords as well. So for SEO, if you're a marketing blog or a lifestyle blog or what have you, make sure you're consistent with your posts and how you use the keywords in your title. So you'll see here that the permalink includes the headline. And that's going to be important for SEO, is to make sure that it's similar to what your title is. If you change this again, then you're going to have to re-edit this, and that way it'll update itself. And this is where you can add your information. So right now it's got the text editor, which means if you're familiar with HTML, you can type out the top 100 tips here. Or if you're more visual and not so much on the HTML end, you can hit Visual as the tab, and it's going to show you how the actual article is going to look. And it also gives you the word processing tools to make it easier for formatting and whatnot. So again, whatever is most convenient for you, you can add media such as images into your blog post, and you can change the headers. So for instance, if you have you're writing out the blog post and maybe you want a headline, then you can highlight the words and create the header. Just kind of like how Microsoft Word or Google Docs operates. So you might want to use that just to help segment the sections within your blog post, and that helps with readability as well. And then, currently it'll always be a draft, so you can continue to save as a draft. Then you can also just have it pending for review so that you know that you need to check back later. You can also change the visibility so that it's private or password protected, depending on how you want it to show up on your website. And then you can also schedule the post. So for instance, you can schedule it a couple days in advance, which is handy, especially if you have an editorial calendar where you want to perhaps schedule several posts for the next month. And this just helps you schedule ahead. So again, that's really helpful. And then when you're ready to perhaps, post, then you can hit publish, and that's really handy. Categories. So if you're a marketing blog, then you might want to have a marketing category. Maybe you're a wellness or accounting blog or what have you. Then maybe you'll want a category specific to what your blog is about. And you can have several categories, and you can also have subcategories to really help. So maybe you're doing a wellness blog and you want to talk about gluten-free in one area, or maybe you want to talk about veganism, then you can have separate sections wrapping up into the wellness category. So that's really handy. You can change the formatting depending on what your template is. You can have like a quote format, which will adjust your blog information into like a quote, like large letters with like blocks around them. So it really depends on your theme. So these can be activated. I typically just go with standard. And then also featured image. So you can have an image that shows up at the top of the blog. And that's kind of handy, especially if you're sharing it, then that will show up on social feeds as well by having a featured image. And then tags, which are similar to categories, but a little bit more specific, which helps with search. So you can add maybe like, 100 marketing tips. Maybe that's something that people will search for, and you can separate different tags. You can separate it by commas so that it'll know where the tag ends and then where the next one begins. So you can create several of those. You can add, and you'll notice how they're separated out. So you can add a bunch that could maybe perhaps help. I don't typically use the tags because I'm more into the categories, but this does help, especially with search and whatnot. So if you've got, 5 to 10 different tags that you can maybe add on to the blog post, that will help with search. So those are the key functions if you're just getting started in your blog posting approach. And I hope that really helps out. When you're posting, you can have anywhere from 100 words to thousands of words. Like it's totally up to you how you want to blog, and there's no set way to do it. So you can have a ton of creativity with this, and I highly suggest you explore and have fun with the posting of your blogs. So thanks for checking this video out.